Hey everyone, so today we're going to try to install a Bafang mid-drive motor onto my Yuba Mundo, which is a long-tail cargo bike. I've had this long-tail cargo bike for quite a while now, but as my kids get older, they get heavier, and it's harder for me to bike them around. So we're going to try to install a mid-drive, and hopefully that will get us around more this summer. Yeah, so the first 3 minutes of this video is just me unboxing, so if you don't want to watch that, go ahead and skip the first 3 minutes, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, what's in here? This looks like the battery. Let's take a look. The battery and some cables. What's in here? Charging cables. Okay. Lithium-ion charging battery. Put that to the side. Not sure what that's for, but we'll figure it out later. And then, what's in this box? Guessing, hoping, motor, or else I got ripped off. Alright, got bomb bracket mount, bomb bracket mounts, crank, another crank, and a motor, big old motor. Wow, it's heavy. And a whole bunch of tools. Alright. Let's take a look here. Woo! This thing is heavy. Alright. Okay. Let's give it a go. Okay, so I have this Yuba Mundo Classic that I have from a couple years ago that my kids are now way too heavy to be sitting in here. So we're gonna switch it to a mid-drive. Okay, 8mm Allen wrench. Oops. Take this side off. That side off too. See if we need a crank puller. Probably do, right? Let's see. Yeah, I need a crank puller. So I'll be right back. So the box comes with a crank puller, what I presume. But I got one of these, so might as well use a tool I know instead of having to learn a new one. I am so unused to working on my bike now that I don't work on it as much as I used to, that I actually forgot how to use a crank puller. So instead of having to watch me struggle through this, we're just gonna play back at 2x speed, and you can enjoy watching me struggle. Okay, but before I do that, let's clean up dust around here. It'll get a lot easier to get a bottom bracket tool in. Alright, I'm gonna go clean this inside here with a wire brush. Just lightly. Not hard enough to. Okay, we're gonna start on the left side, and the reason for that is because just in case it's threaded the other way and I'm confused, left side is always threaded like a regular bolt. So start there. All right. Okay, can't find my 1/2-inch breaker bar, so I'm just gonna go giant wrench. All right. Okay, here we go. That wasn't that bad. Okay, and this side, one side out. Okay, we'll put this halfway back in for now. It's not gonna stop it from coming out. We're gonna do the other side, which I believe is English threaded. So we'll go to the other side. Alright, so next we're going to test fit these motor. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, it's going to come up and likely hit it. So I think I'm going to put a little piece of padding right here, just so when it hits it, it doesn't spin the motor. But okay, so the first thing they want you to mount is this ring here. Some notches here. I think it's supposed to hang on to the bite onto the frame. Not great for not damaging the frame, but you know, I guess anything so that you don't get whiplash. So put that in, and then it's supposed to hang on to these two nuts. There we go. So we'll bolt that on like so. Okay, it looks like they're 5mm 1/4-inch adapter. Get out of the 3/8. Put it in a 1/4. Alright, I just grabbed a little piece of weather strip here. So we're gonna put that, stick it to the bike now, stick it to the motor. So that, actually I wanna go this way with it so it doesn't look ugly. So that it doesn't bang against it. Alright, so we can push that hard now. And tighten. not going anywhere. All right, now we need the 2 bolts. All right, so it also comes with this tool, which allows you to tighten everything on. So first put the steel nut on. All right, so since this battery is, here, let me zoom out here for a second. Since these holes are so far down, I think we're just gonna have to make the battery go backwards here, which is kind of weird because the cord is up here. So it'd be nice if the cord was down here, but we can just always just wind it back down this way. So screw this on, I guess, see what happens, all right? So we'll try to push it as far down as we can. Battery will go this way instead of the other way. It'll lock upwards, and so there's a key that will prevent it from falling out, but that's fine. Not ideal. Would rather go the other way, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. All right, so we'll wire this up. There's a lot of wires. All right, so this goes into here. Again, arrow into arrow. All right, so let's see if it works. All right, doesn't work. But why? Okay, so we got this plugged in. Got this to finally show me something by turning it on. So we got 73% battery life. Turns out you have to turn it to, on this controller, turn it to 1, or how fast you can go to 4, right? And then, well, and then it helps with the pedaling, I guess. Cool, so at least that works. So now we'll just wire it all together. I put the brakes on already. I was afraid that it just didn't work without the brakes. And so there's a couple wires left, but I'm not really sure what they're for. I think one is well, there's one that's a headlight sensor. Okay. So one of them is for the headlights, so let's plug that in. All right, here's the headlights. Okay, so that one, oh, it's this one right here. Nice. So you can go on this controller and turn on the headlights. Do they work? Oh yeah, look at that. Whoa, shoot. There we go, headlights. I don't know how to attach that. Look at this thing. It's kind of a weird attachment. Yeah, I don't know how that attaches, but we'll figure that out. Probably other accessories. There's a speedometer, which I need to install. Should I install it to the front wheel or the back wheel? I guess I should install it to the back wheel because that'll tell me more. So let's do the crank first. I think the crank requires the most effort, so we'll go there. With 5 screws, which is unusual. I think I'm gonna go this way with it. Keep it away from my pedal, although the clearance is fairly tight here. All right. Let's start by taking off all the handlebar items. So well, another one of those that I should have thought ahead of time. Let's loosen this guy up. This is the shifter. And then, oops, we can take off the brakes, and that should make my life a lot easier. All right. So let's put the power controller on this side. Yeah, let's do that. Should I do that? Nah, I don't know. All right, let's do it. So I need to loosen up these. All right. The next 3 minutes of this video is very much so me just mounting things onto the handlebar. This is not really specific to this installation, so I figure we all know how to do this already, and so if you don't want to watch it, go ahead and skip forward another 3 minutes.
brake pads. Because now it's an e-bike, I really want these to be able to stop. So, bought some V-Type Kool Stops. Okay, sorry about that, daughter interruption here. So now we're just tightening everything up. I forgot the speed controller, which can go, yeah. Speed controller is like in the way of the brakes. That's okay though. Looks like they really wanted me to do it on the left side, but I like the right side speed controller. Okay, the speed sensor's got to be one of the more difficult things to figure out. So, step one, you're supposed to mount this onto this such that this distance is correct to that. Now, I think I'm going to mount it on the non-drive side. So, alright, the cargo bike might be too big for a speed sensor, so I might have to message the person to see if they'll ship me a speed sensor expansion. Okay, so back to step one, which is I think it's just cable management that's left now, and the pedals. So let's get to the pedals first, I guess, then. Okay, so I didn't install the speedometer. I didn't install the lights because it was kind of a pain in the ass, but I did zip tie this stuff straight up, so good on me there. So the only final thing to do is take it for a test drive, but I want to get my helmet, so I am going to nip off these the ends of this zip tie first, and then we'll go for a ride. All right, here we go. Okay, so on my test ride, I realized that without a speed sensor, it gives you this error 21. Once it hits that error 21, it doesn't want to go. And even if you hit the throttle, it doesn't do anything. So I think I gotta buy a speed sensor extension cable or figure something out. All right, that's it for today. So we'll figure it out later. Okay, so the this cable's not long enough. So I found some of this wire in my basement. The good thing is that it's flexible, and we're gonna try to extend this cable. All right, I hope this goes well, because I think I only got one shot at this. So let's take this, let's go all out. All right, looks like there are 4 cables in here. So we'll do this end first. All right, I've taped up a lot of it. So this is what it looks like now. And the other side is similar. It's going a little past the edge, but I think that'll be okay. We're just gonna tape this, zip tie this to the back here somewhere, and point this upwards so it becomes a little, continues to be a little waterproof like that. All right, there's only one way to find out how it works. Gotta go to the bike. All right, as you can see, I started this project when it was daytime. It is now nighttime. And I have to find the cable. Here it is. Oh God. Whoa. Let's put that over here. All right, the speed cable, which is this guy right here, that I zip tied onto here. So I'm gonna have to cut the zip tie. Okay, luckily I got a million zip ties. Okay, let's cut the zip tie. There we go. All right. So now we're gonna test this cable. This is my new homemade cable. That's not the right one. There we go, this one. New homemade cable. All right. So we're gonna see if this, we're just gonna take the magnet. And we're gonna take the magnet and we're just gonna swing it over and see if it gets anything. All right, let's turn this bike on. Never turned it off, and that's cool. All right, so got a nice long cable now. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So there's the speedometer. All right, and here we go. We're just gonna pass it over. All right, see the speed updating here? That means it's good connection, so it did a good job. All right, which means now comes the fun part of attaching this to, I think we're gonna do it to the other side, because now we got a long A cable. Okay, so one thing we have to do is we'll probably have to switch this cable to this panel to the outside. So let's start with doing that. All right, we're back to not being able to find anything. So we're just gonna clean this off real well, this bar here, because it's gonna get stuck to probably like right here, I'm guessing. Okay. All right, let's find the sensor, pull the sensor underneath, and we will tape the sensor right here. Let's go a little closer. Right here. Right here. I tape the sensor right there. So we'll pull this off. So after a massive amount of debugging, I realized that this speed sensor is actually directional. So I flipped it upside down and it seems to work now. It's got a zip tied all around. So I turn this to 1. Smallest E-assist possible. All right, here we go. We're at 68% battery life. Barely need any assist to get rolling. Smells like chocolate? Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, so this is my ride to work. I'm just gonna show the middle portion to prevent
any sort of identity information being released. Anyways, so my final verdict on the mid drive is that the way that it provides energy is very different than what I'm used to. So if you have it set on the first setting, it'll bring you up to 23 or so kilometers per hour, and it would bring you there, and then it would give you very little assist. So it would give you a lot of assist up until then, and then very little. I sort of wish it was a little more gradual, but aside from that, I think that this is a very strong motor for 500 watts, way more than I probably need for a Yuba. And the battery life is actually pretty good. So after testing it on my ride to work and back, I think the battery life at 12 and a half will give you about 25 to 30 mile range, depending on how aggressively you're biking with it. And so pretty good experience overall. I don't think it was that complicated to install. Let me know if you have any questions.